What up YouTube, it's your girl Jess. Before we get started, just know that Dossier is how I be smelling so damn good. I truly recommend Dossier to everybody because it will give you every scent that you could think of for half the price, with all the top notes, middle notes, base notes, all the information, and it looks clean, you know? Like, it's a good brand. I haven't updated this video since like, I don't even know when. I had to like check in with my people ever since I came out as like a dancer and doing a lot of other things in the community. I already saw these assumptions and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not surprised, but also I'm kind of glad that they are what they are because now I have a chance to like really tell you guys the truth about who I am, regardless of who you believe or what you believe or not. That is not up to me. All I can do is just be honest. As you could probably assume, a lot of these are about sex. So one of them is saying you're into BDSM. You're not wrong. There's levels to that though. I thought I was freaky until I started really researching like freaky stuff and like talking to people who are freaky. I'm not like that crazy as some of these people out here. Something I'm definitely into. There's shirt, handcuffs, whips, chains, ropes, blindfolds, the whole nine. But that's only like if I'm at a level with someone that I'm like really comfortable with. You're a touch me not. That's crazy. First of all, the fact that that's still like a thing for people out here, I can't even believe some of y'all would deprive yourselves of that greatness. I'm so sorry that you feel like you can't be touched, but I'm all hands on deck over here. Not only do I love to touch, but I love to be touched, especially if like your touch turns me on. Yeah. No, yeah, go ahead. You like to top. I mean, yeah. Honestly, I feel like that was like a phase for me when I first came out. People put masculine women into like a box. Like back in the day, I feel like it was a lot worse. When I first started coming out, I felt like that's what I had to do. But like stepping into my feminine and really like learning who I am and what I really like and being vulnerable and okay in that. I still find that very enjoyable for me, but I also like to sit down. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna let you take control for a little bit. The fact that this person, like I know who asked this, you could be had for a price. You would say that, like you would say that. I'm not up for a price tag. I'm a sugar baby though all day long. You know, I'm here for that. Applications are still open and certain things can be given to you for a price. But like to have me as a person intimately, as a romantic partner, you're not gonna buy me. Certain things, yeah. It makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. The sex is crazy. I've actually been celibate, y'all. It's crazy. Like, I haven't been celibate like this in a long ass time. But when I was active, yeah, especially when I'm comfortable with someone and it's some good stuff, I'm gonna go a little crazy because that's rare. That's just rare for lesbians. That's rare for me. Two women finding each other that both are attracted to each other, that like each other, have really good intimacy. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna go crazy. Like, why not? My topness and like my dominance definitely comes out in those moments. You want it real bad, or I want to show that, or like, you know, we're off the liquor or something like, yeah, we're gonna get down to it. I'm not gonna hold back. I've done some shit. Those people know, those people remember. You like black women. I mean, if you've been following me, you've seen my other videos. I have a whole video about why I love women of color. That's not a secret. That's not something I'm trying to hide. That's something very open about and something that is very clear in my history of dating women. All my exes are. Everybody has a preference. Everybody has a type. Naturally, my whole life, this is what I've been attracted to. Even when I was dating men, there was only one white dude and he was the one white boy from the hood. That is the majority of my people in my circle, in my life, romantically, all the things. I've never drifted towards the Arctic. Are you poly? Yes, and I have a whole video on that as well. I'm solo poly right now. Assume you're not biphobic, only like party girls, hates shy, introverted girls. And the same person asked, I never dated a cis man before. That's not true. I'm open about the fact that I did date men in my past. I grew up kind of like going back into the closet, not knowing what I was into or what that looked like for me. I got really confused into my adulthood and came out at 22. I'm definitely not biphobic, so you're right on that. Good for you. I don't hate shy, introverted girls because I was one of them. And some people ask that in here. I'm shy. Like that was like one of the bigger ones. Like I'm shy, I'm introverted. Like I grew up introverted. I grew up like in the house, shy, in the corner, not wanting to say too much. I think looking back into my past, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm Asian, like that's in my Japanese heritage. Like I'm noticing that's a lot in my mom and my grandmother's demeanor. Like the older I get, the more I study, I'm like, oh, like that really is a Japanese ass thing. thing to like kind of just like fit in and be kind of quiet and not do too much. And then also my Virgo Libra side. There was always a part of me, even as a kid, that like never wanted to stay there, and I always wanted to shine a little bit. I always wanted to be recognized for my talents and who I am. I always gravitated towards the people who were very extroverted. My first best friend out of college, super extroverted, and she's witnessed my growth. And I love that she's been a part of that growth, and people around me have been a part of that growth. I've always been attracted to and attracted more extroverted people. I think that's just common for introverted people. But what I've taught myself is that I don't want to stay there. I don't want to be labeled as that. And I never liked being shy. I always thought it was like kind of like a shameful thing. And I think people put such a negative connotation on that, which I don't like. So eventually I just started to break into this industry in entertainment and dance and all these things. It forced me to really be out of there. And I think honestly, one of the first times I really branched out of that was when I had to work front desk at a gym. And Gold's Gym, I had to work front desk. You have to talk to everybody. You have to be the people person. You have to train people. And I was a trainer. I had to like sell things. And I think getting into all these like different careers, I've had like 15 plus jobs at one point before I became an entrepreneur. I just had to learn how to be a people person, had to learn how to like really cater to people and not be so quiet and like smile more and like not look like a resting bitch face all the time. And it's kind of annoying because like you're born with this look and this demeanor. Society's always pushing us to be more. So to my introverts out there, to my shy people, even if that is you, even if you're comfortable there, don't let other people make you feel like you need to be anything else. Don't let other people make you feel like you need to do more. Extroverts are better than introverts. Like none of that makes sense. None of that is a thing. If we didn't have introverts, we wouldn't have balance in the world. I would consider myself like now an ambivert. Now I'm able to like switch that back and forth because literally like that's my life. Like I'm on tour now and all these things, going every weekend with a bunch of people and 24/7 like nonstop around people. And then coming home, I like isolate. I chill, I relax, I breathe, I meditate, I recenter myself, I reground myself, so that way I can have that energy for those weekends and do that all over again. I can switch that on and off no matter where I'm at, but I found that I need those times for sure. Extroverts don't do that a lot, and they rely on people to survive and feel like themselves. A lot of extroverts can't be alone. I would say to those extroverts, try to learn from introverts. Try to be by yourself, try to isolate, like learn how to be comfortable in yourself. Introverts are very powerful people because we're able to be so comfortable and be chill by ourselves that you're super judgy. I think this plays into like the resting bitch face and like my demeanor. I keep talking about it as if I'm gonna do something about it, but I'm not gonna change. Like I could smile more, I guess, but that just sounds like such a dude thing to like ask of a woman, like smile. I just feel like it's so dumb based on like how I present and how I'm quiet and how I observe, because I'm an observer. I'm head up, I'm looking around, scanning the room. Because I'm in entertainment and because I'm in this lifestyle a lot, like I have to kind of keep my demeanor a certain way. I'm not judging anybody. I don't have the right to judge anybody. I don't feel like anybody has the right to judge anybody. I think people who do judge are just projections of where they're at in their own life. And who am I to call out anybody in their life for what they do or who they are? And especially when people do comparisons against people or bring up similarities between people, I hate that too. Because at the end of the day, we are all different people, especially queer people. We are different as fuck. And especially as queer artists, we are completely different people. And even if I know that you've done some fucked up shit, I'm never gonna judge you for it. I'm only gonna distance myself and protect myself and the people around me. I feel like judgment and information are two different things, and people get that kind of intertwined, especially as an entertainer, as a host. It's important to be informed. It's important to know where people have been, what the history is, stuff like that. But that doesn't mean because of that information, I'm judging you based on that information. You only like model types. That is not true either. It's so interesting because like, you know, I grew up a certain way. I definitely did not grow up nearly as attractive as I am now, and the confidence, all that stuff, like that was not there for me as a kid. I was bullied, I had braces, I was all fucked up with like all the things that was going on with my skin. I was super like body dysmorphia, like I hated how my body looked. I've been there. It's been a very long journey, 8-9 years of like really trying to understand who I am. Now I'm like at a place where I'm pretty confident. I feel pretty good. And because of this flow of energy and frequency and numbers like coming my way, I can't just be like, yeah, like to any person, like that would drive me insane. Every year that I do this, like it's getting bigger and bigger and crazier and crazier. I have like an expectation for someone that I'm dating to kind of meet my standard of like what I find attractive. Am I attracted to you? And like, do we deserve each other? I don't want anybody to take that as a fucked up thing. If you think about celebrities, like they're not going to date a fan or someone that's like living a 9-to-5 regular life. Like that just doesn't make sense. It's not like because they're not attracted to them, they might not love them correctly. they don't understand their life completely. And that's the same when it comes to race or sexuality. Like, I know what I want. Like, I'm not gonna be settling for things when it comes to anything. Looks, personality, career, lifestyle, all that stuff. You have to literally not only understand me, match me, my energy, my lifestyle, all the stuff. I need to be inspired by you. And that right there is something that I struggle with a lot when it comes to dating, because I'm very rarely inspired by a lot of women out here and are not in that boss mode of like, I'm gonna help you elevate your life like how I would with somebody else, because that's all I do when I date. This same person said that you don't like big girls. I posted on my story. I don't give a fuck. One of my exes was like 200 pounds plus 5'8". I was climbing trees. My thing is that because I'm so athletic, I've been an athlete for 15, 16, 17 years. I've been in the gym, I'm a trainer. I don't wanna have to push someone that I wanna be with, you know, more active in their life or to eat healthy. Not only do we have to have similar diets, but we gotta be in the gym or doing something active or dancing together. If you don't do either of those things, it doesn't really make sense for you to be over here. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You're very calm and down to earth. You love hard and you eat for hours. You know who you are and you're not wrong. If I have a good plate, I'm gonna dive in and I'm gonna stay there as long as I can. I assume you're a fucking beast and a master when it comes to intimacy. You know who you are too, and you're not wrong. Intimacy for me is like the bread and butter. I'm a sapiosexual. When I'm trying to portray my intimacy to you, you're not like reciprocative of that. It's not gonna work over here, and it doesn't make sense anyways. Like, what are we doing? And same vice versa. Like, if you're being intimate with me and I'm not really feeling it, what's the point? It's not gonna work. If you guys ever seen me perform, or if you ever seen me in real life, like on stage or anything like sexually involved, that is like my main thing. I love to intertwine my intimacy with my dance and express that together. And then of course in the bedroom, foreplay, taking your time, eye contact, and we're here. That's what makes sense for me. You mad funny for this. I assume you're black in your past life. I don't even know what to say to that. People be saying that to me all the time. It's just so natural for me to like have that as my circle, my partners. Like I said, like that is my life. Like, of course I understand, I see it, I am very aware of what is happening, but like, I don't even voice any of these things. I don't say anything for people to say these things. It's just being said. A lot of these are like, you look hard on the outside, you're soft, you're a lot deeper than a lot of people think, you're funnier in person. Yeah, like you guys are spot on with these responses. It's good, it's showing me that like I'm being very authentic as much as I can and people are reading me pretty well, because if a lot of these were like wrong, I feel like that would be a red flag. I look like rah, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like I look like very intimidating. I feel like people think that when they see me. Maybe it's the tattoos, maybe it's like my resting bitch face. Yeah, I could use that. Like the other day, there was this dude on the street fight me and my friends. Like it was a whole thing. And because I stepped in, because they're feminine, I'm not, like that's when he stopped throwing hands. That's when I'm gonna use my scariness. Because when I get angry, I think somebody said something about anger in here. Like when you get mad, it's hard to calm you down. It's not hard to calm me down. It's just like hard for me to like reset, to be like, haha, yee. If we're going to that level of like, you got me angry, you got me pissed off, you got me fucked up, it's gonna take a while for me to like reset, to be like okay again, because that's a lot of adrenaline for me. I never really get there. I don't ever get that mad. Anger for me is like very minimal. It's not ever that serious for me. I'm very, very chill. Like people are be surprised. I can be on at the parties. I can be that host. I can be on stage. When it comes down to it afterwards, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna put my hood on, put my headphones in. I'm gonna knock out. That's also me like being comfortable in my softness. If I was that person, I would be so stressed out. I'd be so exhausted. I don't know how people who are angry all the time like can survive. I don't have a lot of energy. I don't even have energy to speak loud. Like right now, this is kind of exhausting. I don't even talk to myself like some people do. I like that someone said, my assumptions changed greatly. You're wholesome, down to earth, honest, and love to laugh. That is on point as fuck. I love that. And I love that it changed. I don't know why it had to change, but I want people to see that and know that, and that's who I am. You see me interview people, like that's all I do is laugh. Like people may be uncomfortable, I'm a laugh. I find humor in a lot of things. You're sensible on the inside and maybe have been very hurt in your past. That is very accurate as well. I think anybody who has this type of demeanor but is also very calm are those people that have been through a lot of shit. I've been hurt in my romantic relationships, my friendships, my own heart, like breaking my own heart and my own expectations for my own life, and unlearning all that and going through all those experiences. Looking back, I mean, it was a lot, and I was crying. People said I'm emotional. Like, yeah, I'd be crying. I think that's very important. I think it's very important to let it out and to release that. I haven't cried in a minute though, which is good. Because I've been happy, I've been good. I'm aware of that, and I'm aware of my emotions at all times. I'm very emotionally intelligent. If people are trying to pull anger out of me, it's very rare that you'll pull that out of me. You have kind eyes. Assume you'd be too nice for your own good sometimes. That's true too. I've heard a lot about my eyes. My eyes tell a lot. I would hope that they're kind looking. Too good for my own good. I would say that a little bit to an extent. Women think that because I'm being nice, like that means something, or me being too nice has gotten me into situations where I technically didn't want to be in the first place. People pleasers. I'm an ex-people pleaser. Just try to unlearn those habits. Maybe just because I told you no, or because I'm choosing myself this time, it doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean that I'm not a good person. And when I was in relationships, it wasn't like I had a backbone for me. It was just like I had someone to lean on a little bit. I wouldn't say that I'm like hyper independent, because I definitely love to lean when I can, but a lot of people don't allow me to be held. I can really just like relax, rely, or someone who is consistent. What I'm finding to be very hard to find, which is shitty, because that is someone that I am, and I do provide that. Would you ever date a fan or someone from the show? I've entertained the idea if it makes sense. Women that I have met that have been romantic in my life have been at events or shows. It is like one of the main places I do meet people. A lot of these are like on the lines of like, you have a lot of women in your life, you have a big roster. Like, this is the biggest thing that I have to address. I've had 2 girlfriends ever since I started dancing, being in the events and stuff. Those 2 girlfriends were never jealous people. Like, I literally was so baffled that I couldn't really get them to like crave me how I felt like I needed that. A lot of them had this mindset that like, oh, you get that all the time, like I don't need to give you that. And then I would get this energy of like kind of half-assed, not fully there, and then it would drift. And then eventually I wouldn't get compliments from them. Eventually I wouldn't get good morning texts from them. Eventually I wouldn't feel the energy that I had when it started. And that is honestly the trope of my dating experience so far. Feel like the grass is greener somewhere else. When I do have a partner and I'm about you, like I'm about you. I'll literally like be in the club FaceTiming you, or I'll be like texting you on stage. I'll be backstage sending you voice memos, sending you pictures, and trying to involve you. Like, if you want to come, I want you there. There's no like other motives that I have. I'm not trying to be sneaky. I'm not trying to like add more people to my life, because at the end of the day, when I do my gigs, I go to bed. If we're on the road, me and Kels, we go to bed in the hotel room by ourselves. If I'm with Taste, like same thing. We just going back to the crib. Sometimes I don't even get to sleep. Sometimes I just go right back to the airport. I'm just out here like having fun, but I can't really do anything at the end of the day, and I don't necessarily want to, because I'm very sacred on like sharing that. I don't want everybody saying that they've been there and like seen this. I'm very, very, very selective and big on making sure that I still have something to myself still. Like, nobody's really seen these. Nobody's really seen this. Like, nobody's really been around, say that they dated me or talked to me. And I've done that in a very like mature way, in my opinion. Like, if I was talking to someone, it doesn't work, we're gonna have that conversation. I'm gonna take the time out of somewhere in the day or in a text or in a call. Let's talk about this. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm not a ghoster. I used to get ghosted like all the time when I first started dating, and it used to kill me. I will say though, because a lot of people have met me, I'm a flirt. I've said that. I've embraced that. I'm cool with that. Kind of has to be that way. For a lot of people think flirting is like the end of all. Like, you're a flirt. Oh, you go do everything. Sometimes people are just flirts. That's it. And like, it's just an activity for us. Like, it's literally just like something that's fun, it's entertaining. And I love women that understand that too and have that same mindset about it. And then we both are like, yeah, and then we just go back, move on. That's it. Or we can come back and do it again, but like, it doesn't have to go anywhere. You don't know how to settle down. Where's your boo at? We've been waiting. I had a boo. Don't have a boo. I don't know who's been waiting, because if you guys were waiting, I feel like 90% of y'all wouldn't still be around. To be very honest with you guys, if I do date someone, or if I am open about it, I feel like I lose a lot of my fans, because now I'm not available and now I'm not accessible. I feel like dating honestly has caused more trouble than good things in my life, which is shitty to say, because I am a lover. I am someone that I could see myself with someone long term, especially if we're like here with each other. And I have loved people very hard in my past, and they know it. Even friends, like I feel like a lot of friends enjoy me more when I'm not dating someone. Of course, like lesbians kind of like retract a little bit from their stuff and like kind of go like mesh into the person a little bit and like hide a little bit. Finally have that time to like have quality time with someone that you really enjoy. I feel like a lot of people that are in my life, like especially friends, that assume that I'm just gonna be this like hard worker 25/8. It's gonna always be there. I'm never gonna let that go. But there are gonna be times where I'm gonna wanna indulge in that and being in my lover boy era and like really like letting that be free, because that is me, and I love that shit. And like, I love when it's reciprocated. I love when I'm fully there with someone, and it's rare for me to ever be there with someone. So if I am there, I'm gonna enjoy it. For the times that I was able to do it, I'm just not apologetic in my love. I try not to pity myself for the fact that I don't have that a lot, and I wish I did, and just try to like see my journey for what it is and be very gentle with myself and how I treat myself in that journey, because it's been 30 years and I haven't had like very successful relationships. I try to like really not think of it like that and just be like, you know, it is what it is. I would love for people to genuinely love a relationship that I'm in and like see that I deserve someone and they deserve me. Like, I would genuinely love that for me. You turn down a lot of females that hit on you based on the energy they bring. Yeah, actually. What I'm running into a lot is dominant women like trying to dominate me with their words and their actions and off the rip. Not even a hey. Some girls will come up to me talking about like, I bet I can lift more than you, or oh, I bet I get more bitches than you. Like something crazy. And it's like, hi, how are you? You're not gonna reach me if you come at me like that. You're drunk as fuck, or like you're pushy, or you're extra touchy, and you're trying to demand my attention, or you're staring at me a lot, and like you're trying to like do stuff to get me to pay attention to you. That is not what works over here. Especially when I'm on the job, which is 95% of the times that this happens. I'm on a job. Y'all think I'm just out here like hee hee ha. Like the people that I vibe with and I fuck with and the people that like get my attention are the ones that are like, I've been following you for a long time. Like, you know, I'm a big fan, or I think you're really cute, or whatever. Like just something sweet, nice, just be kind. I've literally had so many women in my life who are like negative. Oh, people are over here talking shit about you. If I'm trying to help you and you're denying me or being rude about it, red flags, I'm sorry, but I cannot even look at you or be around you, let alone have sex with you, if that's your energy. And I'm big on energy exchange, and that's why I've been celibate, because I'm like, I cannot exchange my inner work that I've been working so hard on with someone who doesn't even feel that same way about themselves, with me, other people around them, the world, and that'll like transfer into me. A lot of people don't deserve the goodness and the energy and the skills and the stuff that I've accumulated for a long ass time. So to summarize the assumptions, just because you're an exotic dancer, and this is to all my entertainers, fuck all the assumptions. We're doing what we love to do. We're doing it for the art, for the love. Just because, you know, a lot of people do live like that doesn't mean you have to. And I learned that very quickly. Now I really feel good in being celibate. I feel good in going home by myself. I feel good in resting and taking care of myself and allowing these crazy assumptions to kind of just like be what they are. Like, if you want to think that, it's okay, boo boo, go ahead. And if you truly believe that, I might not even want you around me. I would hope that you are able to see this for what it is and who I am, the realness and rawness and softness and kindness that I truly do have within me. I'm not really doing any of this for me. It's for everybody else. It's for the fantasies. It's for the community. The video that I do, all the other things that I do, it's all for a bigger purpose. And I have a very big vision as far as like where I see our community and how far I want us to go. And if I have to like take my shirt off and dance on stage to get y'all attention, I'm gonna do that, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna get those people to really start to see who I am through that initial image, and then eventually get people to believe in me, my mission, and see the value and worth in our community. It's like, I'm a vessel. I just try to be a vessel. I'm glad that a lot of these weren't too ugly, and I'm glad that a lot of y'all do see me. And I appreciate those who have seen me and who do see me and who love me, because I love you guys. And for the people that I have been meeting on this tour, amazing. I love it. I'm so happy. The amount of people that say they see my videos and like get to see me in person warms my fucking heart, and it makes me feel so good, because this is not for nothing. It is a struggle to make these things happen, but I'm here to make it happen, to do the work and to love and show love and to be honest on every single one of my videos, and to be honest in my progress and every part of my in my life. Like, this is where I'm at right now. And I'm glad you guys get to see this timestamp in my world, in my life, and you're here for the journey, and you're real with me, and I'm here with you. It's all love. I love you guys. Peace.